Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Please welcome Dr. Ravi Prakash, who was awarded Young Scientist by the President of India. And then he represented India at BRICS, and there also he was rewarded as a Young Scientist at BRICS.
So many leaders, great personalities in our society, including Nobel laureates, they feel that only science and technology cannot solve the problems of new millennium. This is the quote by one of the Nobel laureate, Professor Ernst. He is Nobel laureate in chemistry. You might be knowing, otherwise you can Google it, you can know about him. He says that we need additional guidelines, and these guidelines have to do with philosophy and faith. Nowadays, many parents feel that if my son or daughter at the younger age, if they study Bhagavad Gita, they may become monk or no. They will be knowing goal of life and they can become more confident and dutiful. Here is the example. Srila Prabhupada, one of the great exponent in the Vedic culture, he says that root cause of all the problems in our life is the lost relationship with the Supreme. Bhagavad Gita gives another very, very important thing that I will tell you in 1 or 2 slides and then we'll conclude. He says that root cause of suffering is that we have forgotten our eternal Father. We don't know from where we have come from, who is my Father. Even in great institutions like IITs, we try hard to get admission. IIT students are having very good career, but we generally find in newspapers, IIT student found hanging in the hostel room. What is the reason? You have to think. This is one example, not only in IITs, but many other institutions, IIM, great institutions. They have good career, good education, good placement, good money, job. But why? Either they don't find meaning and purpose, or they are not happy with the life. They do not know for what purpose I have come here, what is my goal of life. Therefore, we find such kind of things. So don't you think that we need additional guidelines to protect the youth, those who are getting deviated from their actual goal of life? We have to think all these things. People are suffering, whole world is suffering because of all these problems, and with science and technology we cannot solve. So Prabhupada, he out of causeless mercy towards humanity, he took up this task at the advanced age, at 70 almost, and he started. And he brought a role model where people from all background can come together, whether he is coming from Muslim country or coming from Israel or Ukraine or any other country, and they can be together with no conflict because they have a central point, goal. That is unity in diversity. The role model Prabhupada said, and this is the example. One last incident I would like to tell. And this Swamiji, this Bhaktivedanta Swami, when he was preaching, then one educated student asked this question, Swamiji, how can I accept Bhagavad Gita blindly? Swamiji answered very rightly. He said, if you cannot accept blindly, then you cannot reject blindly. यदि आप इसको एक अंधा के जैसा स्वीकार नहीं कर सकते, तो अंधा के जैसा तिरस्कार भी नहीं कर सकते. You cannot reject blindly. Very good answer, Prabhupada said. Prabhupada said, don't accept blindly, you open it, read it, and then accept it.
तो आइए अभी आप सबके सामने भारतनाट्यम प्रस्तुत करने जा रहे हैं रत्न राशि का क्लास 7. We are very fortunate to have a highly educated and as well as enlightened panel with us. So please welcome Dr. Ramji Repaka, Associate Professor at IIT Ropar. Our next panelist, Dr. Ankit Sharma, MTech PhD from IIT BHU Banaras. We have among us Shri S.L. Sankla, a well-known academician, director of Sankla classes, known name in coaching field in Karnal. Next we have Dr. Sunil Ontero, Principal Scientist and Head Animal Biochemistry, National Dairy Research Institute, ICAR, Karnal. And our fifth panelist is Shri Jitendra Ahlawat, who has come with a lot of his students from his coaching institute, Genesis classes. Now I hand over the stage to His Grace Krishna Sudamadas.
This will be like a rapid fire round, which is the question is answered only in 90 seconds. 60 seconds to 90 seconds, because we have a lot of questions, and try to keep it like, try to give a to the point short answer so we can clear out many doubts. Okay. So, first question to Ramji Repaka ji. Do you see any synthesis between science and spirituality, or is it the opposite?
Yeah, thank you for the wonderful question. So, I will start with a quote by Albert Einstein, who says that the end of the science is the starting of the spirituality. So, people often get confused with spirituality with the religion. So, the spirituality is basically, Abdul Kalam says, it's a post-graduation of religion basically. When the person, the scientist, he or she sees the end, or he or she sees very closely the science, then they will understand there is a supreme power behind this. So that is why a person who is seasoned scientist, they can understand that the spirituality is the essence of the life. So thank you very much.
Thank you for a very clear and brief answer. Okay. So the next question is to Dr. Ankit Sharma. Many students aren't interested in our culture, that is the Sanatan culture. So how can we develop that interest?
Hare Krishna. The problem lies in the advertisement. In current society, आजकल की सोसाइटी में हम लोग जो हमारी यंग जनरेशन है उनको गलत कल्चर प्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं, और जैसा हम प्रेजेंट करेंगे वैसा ही लोग एक्सेप्ट करेंगे. तो सोसाइटी को हम जैसा बनाना चाहते हैं हमें वैसा ही प्रेजेंटेशन सोसाइटी को देना पड़ेगा, यूथ को देना पड़ेगा, हमारी पूरी इंडिया को देना पड़ेगा. तो आज अगर हम लोग यूथ को हमारे इंडियन कल्चर के बारे में रिस्पेक्ट देना चाहते हैं, उनको बताना चाहते हैं कि इंडिया इज़ बेस्ट, तो हमें अपने कल्चर को उनको देना पड़ेगा एक प्रेजेंटेशन के साथ. हम अभी उनको वेस्टर्न कल्चर सिखा रहे हैं, वेस्टर्न कल्चर पहना रहे हैं और वेस्टर्न कल्चर ही खिला रहे हैं, तो वो वेस्टर्न कल्चर की रिस्पेक्ट करेंगे. अगर हम लोग चाहते हैं कि ये वो हमारे इंडियन कल्चर को जाने, रेस्पेक्ट करें, तो हमें भी इंडियन कल्चर के बारे में उनको प्रेजेंट करना पड़ेगा, बताना पड़ेगा, और उनकी भी ड्यूटी है उसको एक्सेप्ट करें, जैसे आज हम लोग कर रहे हैं. ये एक तरीका है हमारे कल्चर को, हमारे यूथ को उससे कनेक्ट करने का. बस हमारा कनेक्शन टूट गया है, उसको रिकनेक्ट करना है. हरे कृष्ण.
Thank you. Next question is to Dr. Sankla ji. Recently, we have seen that the ISRO chairman, S. Somnath, he frankly admits his faith and he's not shy about it. So we as students tomorrow in the future, how can we balance, if we are spiritual also, how can we balance our spirituality with our day-to-day life?
स्पिरिचुअलिटी हमें वो स्ट्रेंथ देती है कि आज का जो टाइम चल रहा है जिसमें मटेरियल नीड्स के लिए, सक्सेस के लिए भागदौड़ हो रही है, सम स्टूडेंट्स एंड द पीपल आर सफरिंग फ्रॉम एंजाइटी एंड डिप्रेशन. स्पिरिचुअलिटी से आप एक स्ट्रेंथ डेवलप कर सकते हैं. सो कॉल्ड मटेरियल लाइफ और इस दुनिया के अंदर जो कॉम्पिटिटिव लाइफ है उसमें आप अच्छे से फाइट कर सकते हैं बिना एंजाइटी और डिप्रेशन के. हरे कृष्ण.
Yes, sir. Right. Next question we'll ask Dr. Sunil Sir? Recently, there's been a lot of buzz about human-like embryos being created in labs. Is it possible to actually create life from scratch in the lab?
Hare Krishna. Is it possible to create life from the scratch? I say no. It's not possible. Life always comes from life only. For example, because we never understood even a single cell completely. That's a fundamental. We all believe that DNA is the ultimate, but it's non-functional if it doesn't have any associates, like for example cellular contents, right? So life never comes from the scratch. It always comes from the other cells or any other thing. Human embryos, for that also they need to have some cells from the human. So without that they cannot synthesize any human embryos. So what I wanted to say is, it's impossible to understand materialistically about a cell. We miss something from the cell. If the day when we understand everything, molecular biology is close, but it will never ever happen that way. So that's the thing. So it's not possible.
Thank you. And next is Dr. Jitendra ji. Please recommend one book. कृपया एक ऐसा किताब recommend कीजिए जो students के लिए best हो, जो पढ़ के उन्हें बहुत फायदा हो जाए.
धन्यवाद. NCERT for medical and non-medical. दो तरह की विद्या होती है, विद्या और अविद्या. जिसकी तैयारी हम करा रहे हैं, सांकला सर करा रहे हैं, ये अविद्या है. ये टेंशन में डालती है, ये प्रॉब्लम में डालती है, एंजाइटी होती है, डिप्रेशन. और जो आज यहाँ पर आए हैं ये है विद्या, गीता. मैं मथुरा गया था, मथुरा में पढ़ाने के लिए श्री कृष्ण ने ही भेजा. तो जब भी मुझे थोड़ी टेंशन होती थी मैं इस्कॉन जाता था और बैठता था, खुश होता तब भी इस्कॉन जाता था. लेकिन मैंने गीता कभी पढ़ी नहीं. लेकिन कुछ समय पहले कुछ ऐसा हुआ कि मैंने गीता पढ़ी और बहुत थोड़ा मैंने पढ़ा, उसे जिया और जीवन चेंज हुआ. तो मैं रिकमेंड करूँगा, स्ट्रांगली रिकमेंड करूँगा, गीता खुद पढ़ी है मैंने और उसको जिया है और जीवन चेंज होते हुए मैंने देखा है. और मैं बच्चों का देख रहा हूँ, यहाँ पर जेनेसिस के काफ़ी बच्चे बैठे हुए हैं और मैंने बार बार जाके बोला था आइए, हो सकता है कोई ना कोई एक स्टेटमेंट आपको आपके जीवन को चेंज कर दे.
बहुत बढ़िया, धन्यवाद. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, रामजी रेपका जी. Can scientists believe in God? Does science allow that?
यद यद आचरति श्रेष्ठा. सो जब साइंटिस्ट कन्विंस हो जाते हैं, जैसे हमारा डॉक्टर साहब ने बताया है, दैट द लाइफ नेवर कम्स फ्रॉम द मैटर. कभी जीव जड़ पदार्थ से नहीं उत्पन्न होता है. सो द लाइफ ओनली कम्स फ्रॉम लाइफ. सो दैट इज वेयर श्री प्रभुपाद ही हैज टेकन दिस बोल्ड स्टेप टू स्टार्ट दिस initiative, not only this temple preaching but the scientific preaching. So yad yad acharati shrestha. The great personalities who does whatever they do, the other people will follow. So when the scientists get convinced that the God is there, the life cannot be manufactured in the lab, then definitely people will understand. So if you remember, this Newton, he was an exponent, right? He's a modern scientist. And he was saying that he was searching for pebbles in front of the sea of ocean of knowledge. So, but we are very much pompous. We think that what we know is great. No, but he is so humble. That is what in the first question it was said, when a person sees the end of the scientific development, then there the spirituality starts. So these great personalities, Newton and Henry Poincaré, the mathematician and physicist of French. So when he was boarding the bus, he was thinking about some mathematical formula. वो एक मैथमेटिकल फार्मूला के बारे में सोच रहे थे, छोड़ दिया। एक बार बस पे चढ़ रहे थे तो उनका अचानक से एक इंस्पिरेशन आया। सो इट इज़ वेल नोटेड। देन ही वेंट बैक टू हिज लैब, अपना लैब गया तो उसके बारे में लिखना शुरू कर दिया। सो he has admitted that it is the inspiration of the Almighty. So what we hear, the question is, so when we say the spirituality, definitely it has a good connect with the scientific community. When a person who has seen the depth of the science, definitely they will understand, they will appreciate, they will acknowledge. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So our next question to Dr. Ankit Sharma. There are many students with us today, and all of them, unfortunately, all of us also, we had to go through so much study pressure, competition, exams, and what to do in life. And so it's a lot of stress. Can you give some brief points how to manage that stress?
जब मैं पीएचडी में था तो उस समय हम लोग को रिसर्च करना पड़ता है, नई नई चीज़ें खोजनी पड़ती है, तो स्ट्रेस बहुत होता है, आपको कंपटीशन में रहना पड़ता है। तो हम अपने जीवन में स्ट्रेस को इमीडिएटली मार सकते हैं। अभी हमारे डॉक्टर राम जीवन जी ने आपको प्रेजेंटेशन में दिखाया भी था कि कैसे हरे कृष्णा महामंत्र का जप करने से स्ट्रेस चला जाता है और हमारे अंदर कॉन्फिडेंस आता है। तो यही सोल्यूशन है, प्रैक्टिकल सोल्यूशन। थ्योरेटिकली आप ध्यान योग से पढ़ सकते हैं, चैप्टर 6 भगवद गीता, वो आपको राइट गाइडेंस देगा। और आपको प्रैक्टिकली चलना है तो आपका हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र का जब डेली 20 मिनट्स ये करना पड़ेगा। उससे आपका अंदर का स्ट्रेस ऑटोमेटिकली डिसअपीयर हो जाएगा, आपके अंदर कॉन्फिडेंस, सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस बिल्ड होगा। ये प्रैक्टिकली मैंने भी महसूस किया है और भी बहुत सारे जो पैनलिस्ट यहाँ पे और ऑडियंस में बैठे हैं वो भी महसूस कर चुके हैं, और आप स्टूडेंट्स भी महसूस करके देखिए। दवाई खा के खाना पता चलेगा ना कि कैसे हमारी बीमारी दूर होगी। तो रिकमेंडेशन मैंने दे दिया है, खाना आपका जिम्मेदारी है। हरे कृष्ण।
ये आप एक बार कोशिश करके देखिए, इस मंत्र को, हरे कृष्ण मंत्र को जप करिए, या कभी आपको स्ट्रेस टेंशन है, एक बार मंदिर जाके, इस्कॉन मंदिर बहुत सारे हैं जगह जगह, आपको खुद अनुभव होगा। तो ये बहुत, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर योर गाइडेंस। और नेक्स्ट डॉक्टर सर सांकला सर से, आज का जो युवा है वो कल का भविष्य है, और भारत अभी विश्व मंच पे बहुत एक स्पेशल स्थान ले रहा है। तो किस प्रकार हम आज के युवा में अपने कल्चर के प्रति और अट्रैक्ट हो सके, किस प्रकार इंस्पायर कर सकते हैं?
इंडिया इज वेल नोन फॉर हार्ड वर्क। प्रभुपाद जी इसके बहुत बड़े एग्जाम्पल हैं। अपने गुरु के आदेश पर, अपने गुरु के आदेश की पालना के लिए उन्होंने जो मेहनत की, उनकी आप ऑटोबायोग्राफी को जाके देखेंगे, बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिलेगा। जब मेरी खुद की स्ट्रेंथ डाउन होने लगती है तो मैं प्रभुपाद जी को याद करता हूँ और मेरे में एक हिम्मत आती है। प्रभुपाद जी ने वर्ल्ड में कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस जगाई, उसके पीछे एक हार्ड वर्क ही था, और साथ में जो गुरु परंपरा थी, सनातन धर्म था, उसको उन्होंने ध्यान में रखते हुए किया, तो पॉसिबल हो पाया। कि आप किसी को परेशान करके, किसी को दुखी करके अगर आप सक्सेस हो भी जाते हैं, वो छोटे से टाइम की सक्सेस है। ए टाइम विल कम दैट विल एंड, और उसका एंड बहुत गंदा होगा। भारतीय संस्कृति के इतिहास को देखें आप, और उसको ध्यान में रखते हुए अगर आप सफल होते हैं, आप जीवन में कभी नुकसान नहीं खाएंगे। और हमें हमारा किसी भी तरह की सफलता का हमारा इस ध्यान में रखते हुए कि हमारा जो ये मानव जीवन हमें मिला है, क्या वो सार्थक हो पाएगा। और ये भारतीय जो सनातन धर्म है उसमें सब कुछ दिया हुआ। हरे कृष्णा।
थैंक यू सर। नेक्स्ट डॉक्टर सुनील Ontario ji. We have a lot of scientists budding, upcoming. So a few suggestions or a few words of wisdom for them.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Actually, as a scientist or as a teacher to many research scholars in our institute also. So what I suggest that we have to do research or science with a little consciousness that everything is coming from super consciousness. So my favorite scientist is Louis Pasteur, right? So Louis Pasteur always does research. I mean, he did research in such a way that he is exploring each and everything as a part of creation of God. So he feels that happiness into it. So we also feel the same kind of happiness if I find something. I'm not finding something else which is already there. So we have to look at everything as a part of creation of super soul. In addition to that, some scientists, they claim that we invented something. In fact, nobody invents something. They just transform from one matter to another. So it's already present. All atoms are present. All molecules are present. Just I am exploring. This is my opportunity that God has given to me to explore His creation in a beautiful way. That's it.
वेरी नाइस व्यूज. मैं इसको शॉर्ट में हिंदी में बता देता हूँ जिनको पूरा पकड़ नहीं पाए. तो सर बता रहे हैं कि आप साइंस से बहुत कुछ रिसर्च करते हैं, तो उसको और आनंददायक बनाने के लिए आप ये देख सकते हैं कि ये अल्टीमेटली भगवान ने इस प्रकार से डिजाइन किया या इस प्रकार से, तो आपका साइंटिफिक रिसर्च और आनंददायक और फन होगा. जस्ट टू सम इट अप इन हिंदी. ओके, सो आवर लास्ट क्वेश्चन फॉर दिस पैनल डिस्कशन टू अलावत सर. आजकल बहुत सारे कारणों से, प्रेशर, टेंशन के कारण कई लोग डिप्रेशन और नेगेटिव चीज़ों में फंस जाते हैं, जैसे ड्रग्स हो गया, या एकदम हार मान जाते हैं. तो किस प्रकार हम इसको ओवरकम कर सकते हैं?
वाह, ये आपने जो क्वेश्चन पूछा है इसको मैं बहुत अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन कर सकता हूँ, क्योंकि ड्रग्स और इनमें तो मैं नहीं गया, पर डिप्रेशन में गया हूँ. 4 से 5 महीने एंजाइटी, क्या मतलब एंजाइटी, डिप्रेशन, मतलब मेरा मन भी नहीं था कि मुझे जीना है इस लेवल का. ना मुझे कोई ऐसी फाइनेंशियल प्रॉब्लम, कुछ भी नहीं था, फिर भी पता नहीं क्यों. और मैं जो निकला और अच्छे से और बेटर तरीके से, उसका सारा श्रेय गीता को जाता है. गीता मुझे मेरे एक स्टूडेंट ने दी. मैं पढ़ा रहा था तो बीच बीच में वो डिस्कशन करता था मेरे से. तो मेरे हिसाब से अगर नशा करना है ना, तो सेवा का करना. माँ बाप की सेवा, दूसरों की सेवा, ये तो छोटा नशा है ड्रग्स वगैरह. और ये नशा आ गया तो टेंशन, डिप्रेशन नहीं आने का. अब मेरे स्टूडेंट यहाँ पर बैठे हैं, नंबर कम आते हैं तो एंजाइटी हो जाती है, टेंशन हो जाती है. मेरे को भी होती थी. अगले दिन रिजल्ट आने वाला होता था IIT या मेडिकल का, तो मैं डर जाता था कि कहीं पिछले साल से कम ना आ जाए. करनाल के लोग क्या कहेंगे, अपनी बैंड बजा ली कि लोग क्या कहेंगे. रात भर नींद नहीं आती थी कि अगले दिन मीडिया आएगी, मैं क्या बोलूँगा. लेकिन जब गीता को पढ़ना स्टार्ट किया, पढ़ना नहीं, जीना स्टार्ट किया. पढ़ते तो हैं बहुत लोग, और बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं पढ़ी, और जितनी पढ़ी है वो मैं कोशिश करता हूँ बच्चों को दिया जाए. और जिन जिन बैचेज़ में भी कुछ बच्चे बैठे होंगे, मैं कर्म योग बच्चों को कराता हूँ एक श्लोक. और मैंने प्रत्यक्ष लाइफ को चेंज होते देखा गीता के बाद, जिन्होंने थोड़ा सा भी उसको लिया और जिया. डॉक्टर साहब से मेरी बात हो रही थी, डॉक्टर तीर्थंकर जी थे. एक बच्चा पढ़ता है इनका, अश्वनी, डॉक्टर अश्वनी. उसके फादर बहुत नॉर्मल डेली वेजेस. और जब मार्क्स आए तो उसके मार्क्स जिन बच्चों के साथ वो बैठता था सबसे कम आए. 610 मार्क्स 720 में सर. उसके साथ जो बच्चे पढ़ रहे थे, किसी के 680, किसी के 670. अब वो आया, रोना धोना स्टार्ट किया, भगवान को कोसना स्टार्ट किया कि मेरे साथ ऐसा क्यों होता है, इतनी टेंशन में थे हम, इतनी प्रॉब्लम में थे, सबके नंबर आ गए, मेरे नंबर नहीं आए. तो मैंने कोई बात नहीं बेटा, जो होता है अच्छा होता है. कहता है ऐसी बकवास करते हैं. ये मुझे उसने बाद में बोला कि आप समझा रहे थे, मैं बोला कि ऐसी बकवास करते हैं सर, कुछ नहीं होता है. फिर मैंने फ़ोन किया, मैंने कि अश्वनी तू घर आ जा, 1 महीने बाद रिजल्ट आएगा, अभी मार्क्स आए हैं. और कुछ दिन मेरे पास रहे. तो उसके बाद उसके साथ एक बात अच्छी थी बच्चों कि उसकी जो माँ ने कह दिया वो करना ही है, और गुरु ने कह दिया तो करना ही है. तो मैंने उसको गीता दी. उसने 5 दिन बाद मेरे पास आया, ऊपर छत पे रहता था, और आके हमारे पास बैठ के वाइफ खाना बना रही थी और बड़े खुशी से उस आंसू निकल रहे थे। कह रहे सर सारे आंसर मिल गए। वो 5वें अध्याय पे पहुंचा था गीता के, और जो ये सारा पीछे चल रहा था श्री प्रभुपाद का, उसने मुझे बताया पहली बार, और उसने इतना अच्छे से वो 5 अध्याय पढ़े कि मैंने 2 बार पढ़ने के बाद भी मुझे इतनी समझ में नहीं आई जो उसने पढ़ा था। वो भी कह रहा कि सर ये तो अब मैं कभी दुखी नहीं होऊंगा, कभी मुझे टेंशन नहीं होने की।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। हमारे पैनल मेंबर्स ने बहुत ही अच्छे से अपने खुद के एक्सपीरियंस से भी बताया। तो जिस्ट ये समझ में आता है हमको कि हमारा कल्चर में, सनातन धर्म, हमारे भारतीय सभ्यता में बहुत कुछ है, सब कुछ है। हमें अंधा होके और किसी का नकल करने की आवश्यकता नहीं है। जैसे प्रभुपाद जी ने जो बताया कि इसको अंधा होके स्वीकार नहीं करना है, लेकिन अंधा होके इसको तिरस्कार भी नहीं करना है। तो हमें केवल क्या करना है, गीता को खोलना है, पढ़ना है, समझना है और सुखी होना है, टेंशन से मुक्त होना है। सो ये हमारा निष्कर्ष निकला आज के डिस्कशन से। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
आइए अब आज के इस कार्यक्रम के अंत में आते हुए हम स्वागत करते हैं पुनः हिज हॉलीनेस श्रील सुवक स्वामी गुरु महाराज को, श्रील प्रभुपाद के वरिष्ठ शिष्य और इस्कॉन गुरु, और उनसे आग्रह करेंगे कि हम सबका मार्गदर्शन करें।
नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामीति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। उपस्थित, present, all Sajjan, school students and college students. Thank you very much for attending this function, because you don't know how fortunate you are to be born in India. When an Indian knows his culture and act accordingly and preaches the culture, this Vedic, क्या लिखा है Prabhupada, the global research of Bharatiya culture, that means Vedic culture. The scholars around the world, they accept Veda as the oldest book of knowledge. आप लोग सब सुना प्रीवियसली, विद्या सब कुछ सुना, क्या पर्पस ऑफ लाइफ, बिकम हैप्पी, बिकम परफेक्ट एंड पीसफुल लाइफ। इस बारे में बताएगा। एक दिन एक बॉय, वो जो सेवा करता है अटेंडेंट, सडनली स्लिप्ड वन with paper question to Einstein, most famous scientist. He was in Japan, Tokyo. What is the formula for happy and peaceful life? Then he said, it is this very simple and modest life. This is our Vedic culture. Doesn't matter where you are, ab jahan bhi ho, samishti. Wherever you may be situated, where you can be peaceful and happy, which is very much lacking these days. आज फिर प्रभुपाद जब अमेरिका गया, because you are most of the student ही है, हम देखा ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा, तो you are, आप लोग, you are supposed to be the future of the country, not only country, the world. Because you can represent Indian culture, Vedic culture, because you are born and brought up the teachings of Ramayana, Mahabharata and Gita. But those are forgetting because of association with the modern education, of technology and few other things, and sometimes ignore these things. But those who know how to dovetail it, this is what ISKCON is teaching, Prabhupada is teaching. Dovetail it is Vedic culture. You don't have to give up anything, stop factory, stop office. But dovetail it, you should know how to adjust this thing to make your life peaceful and happy. In this connection, everything is there in Prabhupada's book. There's one book is there called Science of Self-Realization. There, Prabhupada is teaching how you can solve the problem. जीवन का जो समस्या है हमारा बेसिक जन्म मृत्यु रोग शोक ये साइंस cannot solve. Never. So, scientists avoid this. But unfortunately, most of the people give importance what scientists say. We find some of the top scientists also, Nobel laureates, used to read Bhagavad Gita. Wherever there is problem. Still now, इसलिए Prabhupada बोला, you can make one scientist, educated person, just a conscious, is equal to making 1,000 common people, just a conscious. क्यों? Why? Because if educated person, top PhD, master degree, first class pass, ये लोग अगर ये सब आदमी they chant Hare Krishna to achieve perfection. Naturally, Jajat Acharati Sestas, Krishna Bhagavan बोला, जो कोई है top person in the society, गीता को फॉलो कर, गीता को सीखा, जो कृष्ण हाथ से मान लो, millions of years gave it to sun god, Vivasana. अभी तक it is relevant. And nobody can change little bit of it. Because God is perfect, Krishna is perfect. We are not perfect. हमारा condition soul है, इसलिए अविद्या में ग्रस्त है, फंसा है, इसलिए हमारा मौलिक 3 डिफेक्ट है. क्या है? भ्रम. सभी आदमी कुछ ना कुछ मिस्टेक करता है. प्रमाद ये मोहित है. उदाहरण स्वरूप सभी सोच रहा है हम इंडियन है, मैं अमेरिकन है, पाकिस्तानी, हम ब्राह्मण है. ये सब कुछ नहीं. एवरीबॉडी इज ए स्पिरिट सोल, पार्ट एंड पार्सल ऑफ सुप्रीम स्पिरिट कृष्णा. तो हमारा काम है क्या ना, जो पार्ट एंड पार्सल है उसका काम है सुप्रीम को, होल को सेवा करना. तब दैट इज द परफेक्शन. That we have to understand, not blindly. You practice Bhagavad Gita, you will know yourself. You associate. That is why, जब कोई नहीं पहले भगवान का नाम, कृष्ण का नाम सुना, भगवद गीता, अभी millions around the world. जो नास्तिक है वो भी कम्युनिस्ट कंट्री में जाके देखा, they are chanting, dancing, changed their all habits and bad habits gave up. Government spending millions, just like before me, some scientists they are saying like this, like depression, anxiety, tension, stress. Simply by chanting Hare Krishna, associating with the devotees, you can solve all this problem. Practice yourself and see. I can challenge you. I also went to Western College, University, associated with them and given program. Not only Russia, America, Muslim countries. One Muslim country's professor asked me, you have come here to teach us Hinduism? Just convert Hindu? No. You have come here to tell you what you are. For that purpose, read this Bhagavad Gita. Muslim country, Muslim university, All student. What? Please explain. I said, suppose you are studying quantum physics in your country, say Delhi University, Karachi University, or your Jakarta University, and ask you, come to Harvard, or Berkeley, or Princeton, you get better, deeper understanding of nuclear physics or quantum physics. Won't you go accept it? Of course you will accept. Exactly like that. Whatever you are knowing, from your whatever knowledge you have got a better and deeper understanding of the absolute truth. What you are not this body, you are spirit. Aham Brahmasmi. Everything, Param Brahma. Still in English language, it doesn't matter. You will know from this. And see that life become perfect or not. See whether you become happy here and very peaceful. Free from tension, free from depression, everything. Very easy. Chant Hare Krishna. Take prasad associated with devotees. Very simple. The Prabhupada, when he went, I will tell some incident. Went to America, one Indian student came, Swamiji, what you have come here to ask people to chant Hare Krishna? India requires now technology. All these things said. Prabhupada said, you have come here for what purpose? Tell me. You have come here to study something, then you look for naturally, you look for a good family, nice wife, nice house, car, some bank balance, finish your life. You forget such valuable life you have got coming from India. Everything is there. India can contribute. You have come here for this purpose. I have come here what? To give something what India can give to the world. And you have come here to take something from them. Is it not great to give something that India has, India can contribute? That is what Prabhupada is giving. You may go to big universities, know all these things, but if you are not happy, you have no peace of mind, under tension, is this what you ultimately look for? No. You look for a peaceful and happy life. Forget about knowledge and all this. Of course, most of you are looking for this. Even living at the lower being, simply how to eat nicely, sleep, mate, depend. What else he is asking? This maybe is little better you are doing. You are going in a car, air condition, you have got big road, big building. These won't make you happy ultimately. Hawks also think I am happy. Dog also think I am happy. Our happiness becoming like that. University student for the most powerful, rich country saying, Swamiji, next life, if I become a dog, because I am living like that, consciousness, what's wrong? Anybody wants yet to become dog, cat, rat, camel? I hope not. This is the glories of India. You don't think like that. Unfortunately, you are getting education. If you think like this, it's very sad. You don't know what a risk you are running. Whether you believe or not, you have to take according to your consciousness. This is very subtle science. This is Bhagavad Gita is teaching. This is Srimad Bhagavad is teaching. This is what our great leader, say Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one who is born in India, he should make his life successful. By studying Bhagavad Gita, essence of Vedic knowledge, Upanishad, Puran, in a nutshell, and realize it by practicing. And thereby, when you think you have Bhavunam Janmanam Ante, Krishna is saying, Jnanavan, one who is really in knowledge, wise, he surrenders to Krishna. Vasudeva Sarvaviti, Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. This sort of person are rarest of the rare. So how many people are Krishna conscious? And how is the population of now this world? Very little. But still, A few percent, small percentage become Krishna conscious, they can change. Just 1%, Prabhupada did this in 10 years to fulfill the desire of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Every town and village, people will have got simple living and high thinking, Krishna conscious, God knows. And the Indians all get together and they also do like this. The whole world will be chanting, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. India can become first, what is called? First world country in the world. It can become a guru of the whole world. This is one thing, then people all will respect India. Otherwise, all going there, changing into whatever their habits, copying them. This will bring glory to India. So, yes, India can do something to the world. It's all right. He went to moon planet. India was advanced previously, Indian culture. Everybody knows, very old civilization. But again, Prabhupada is reviving it. When you have got self-respect in India, you can give something to the world. And it depends on us who are sitting here, especially those coming from the school. Our forefathers, not coming from ape-like being who can write oldest book of knowledge, Regd, all except scholars of the world, very, very old. We say it Apurusha, we say it Sanatan, no beginning, no end. It is not coming from a mundane plane. It's Sakyat, non-different from Narayan. It is said. That is why it is called Sanatan. No beginning, no end. We don't know when it came. They cannot tell. Others, maybe 2000 years, Christianity a little more, and Buddhism, maybe 2500 or 800. But this have no beginning and end. We don't know when. This is coming from the Supreme Being directly. So this is something transcendental, beyond body, mind, all these things. So that is the beginning of knowledge, giving Bhagavad Gita Krishna to Arjuna to enlighten us. And still it is relevant from millions of years ago, as Krishna said, to Sun God is coming from Guru Parampara. Bhagavad Gita as it is, not what Krishna said, I might think this means this. No. Direct meaning Prabhupada wrote. Krishna said, Manmana Bhava. Think of me, think of Krishna. This body, we don't have to say, this Kurukshetra is there. Krishna, where he spoke, that place is still there. But many person writing so many meaning of this. And that is why I could not make a single person follower of Bhagavad Gita becoming a devotee of Krishna. And when a pure devotee, exactly what Krishna said, he says, does not take any credit. I think it means this. No. What Krishna said, directly saying the same thing. Throughout the world, everybody is chanting and following Bhagavad Gita. That is Bhagavad Gita as it is. Yeah? By his divine grace, A.C. Bhakta Bhagavad says, I know nothing. He is Sanskrit, he studied Sanskrit. He studied in BA, Sanskrit. He doesn't take credit of that. He says, I know nothing. But Guru Parampara, what is the meaning said? You are saying. And everybody is accepting. So, why not you also accept it? It is not by blind. You practice yourself and see the result. And thus you become convinced. You become convinced. Just like if you are a student, Say you are a science student, you have theoretical knowledge, velocity of light this, velocity of sound this. Now you do in the laboratory. You test, maybe little instrumental error or something. But roughly come out saying, then you are. And also in chemistry, you test sodium, chlorine, become making salt, sodium chloride. You test all these. Bhagavad Gita Jatha Jatha. Millions have been sold because they experience. Even a petrol pump attendant, he has no knowledge, nothing. Little bit can read Hindi. He can read this thing and find perfection in life. He doesn't have to go to University of Harvard or say Karnal at the university. No, you don't have to go to university to read Bhagavad Gita. Sarvadharman purityajya mamekam sharanam. One mana bhava. Think of me. It doesn't require knowledge. University, school, college. Mad bhakto, become my devotee. That means love Krishna. When you love Krishna, he loves everybody. The whole world, even to an ant, knowingly, unknowingly, he doesn't want to hurt him because they are all children of God, Krishna. Sarvajoneshu. Then Krishna says, Aham bija puridapita. Of all living entities you are seeing, doesn't matter what it is. I am his seed-weaving father. If he is the father, United Nations want to make one family, one nation, one society. It will never work unless it comes to the sole platform of what Krishna said. That is why here Russia, America, living together, chanting, dancing in ISKCON. Pakistani or Muslim, Hindu, Buddhist, all here chanting Hare Krishna. Why? They accept Krishna as God. Absolutely. That is the difference. How long I spoke? Shall I finish? Acha. So, wherever we go, we sing this thing. Korea, South Korea, North Korea. Arab, now they are fighting. Ukraine, Russia, fighting. Go there. China, India also, Galwan. They together they are living. Because the goal is Krishna. This is really United Nation. Yes or no? This is really United Nation on the basis of spirit, on the basis of the lesson of Bhagavad Gita given by Krishna. So this is a challenge to you, those who are Indian here, sitting all, especially the student. That is why Prabhupada made so many institutions. He made also Gurukul. This is Vedic culture. From the very beginning, how to come to the mode of goodness by practicing brahmachari life. Then you can marry. That is also there. Grihastha ashram. He made so many rural village, Vedic village, Pali ashram. They are self-sufficient, growing their own food on the basis of simple living, Krishna conscious life. Don't have to work so hard in a factory or an office. Going from one city to another by plane every day. Just by near his house, lays there, he walks a little, 2-3 months, that's all. Whole year, he engaged in Krishna consciousness. Not so work hard. It's not, you have to work very hard. Elephant doesn't. Thousands of elephant, they eat so much just for nasta. He is taking maybe 40 kg food. Or we are taking 4 chapati say 6 chapati, roti, working so hard. Is that necessary? An elephant is not working for anybody. In the jungle, thousands. He's getting where he's getting. I'm not saying, Prabhupada said, I'm just repeating. We are supposed to be more intelligent than them. Is this more intelligent? You have got higher intelligence. You are not using it properly. This is the use. Practice. Dovetail with Krishna consciousness. Live a simple living and high thing. Doesn't matter you have got car, nice wife. You can have all. But add Krishna consciousness. This is what we are saying. In Bhagavad Gita, for everybody, he knows how in his life he can practice Krishna consciousness. That is teaching to school, college, university, to the scientists, Nobel laureates coming to speak. We have got conferences arranged by our Bhaktivedanta Institute and other our branches, calling top scientists and having conferences in renowned cities of the world. So that if they say they also practice Krishna consciousness, and in favor says many people will be inspired. Our word, they may not be inspired. They say show little respect, but may not practice. But we can teach them how to do that. Dovetail. You also become a scientist, become a technician, become a doctor, engineer, soldier, navy, air force. We have got. From every walks of life is practicing Krishna consciousness. Politician, everybody is there. Why not you? Just dovetail Krishna consciousness with your whatever you are doing, your life, and make your life perfect. And if you preach, you can see how much you become famous. What you want, people, name, fame, everything you can get. Krishna can give you. Otherwise, people may not know. You may be happy. You cannot be happy alone without Krishna consciousness. No doubt about it. Hog is also happy, but he is in a fool's paradise. His happiness is in the mode of ignorance. Another running with a Audi car, he is also in a mode of passion. Later on, we end up with distress, frustration, depression. Ultimately, hush up. The media, however, large number committing suicide. India, at least, it is not like that. Why? People don't commit suicide. Yeah, other countries doing, they hush it up. Only the positive thing, they show. So it is better you stick to our life, which our great sages, realized soul gave. Thereby you can be happy. He is not saying you don't take anything from other country. Just take dovetail with Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna. And be happy. Thank you very much. Any question or comment on this? Srila Prabhupada ki, he showed us. Now we simply have to follow it. He is one person. He's showing how to do it. Of course, some Indians are there. Mainly foreigners came forward first to help Prabhupada. Then now Indians come. You can also come. The ISKCON is there. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Question.
Thank you, Srila Sukhswami Guru Maharaj. We did online registrations, and there we also asked students to put their questions beforehand. So we had many questions which were similar. We plugged it. And one question, I don't know they are here or not. It was put by Sadgurupreet Singh and Ankush Marwa and also Ridhima. The question is how to realize God in our present situation.
You associate with the devotees, if possible, chant Hare Krishna. Krishna will reveal everything. Take food in a mode of goodness offered to the Lord. These things are very important. Without having in a mode of goodness, it is very difficult. It is very difficult. We have to be in a mode of goodness. As you associate it, you live a dogly life, you get a body like a dog. You live godly life, you get a body like a God, like God, demigod. Makes sense? Haribol. Yes.
One more question. It was posed by Anshika Sharma. How a normal person can become a spiritualist?
Very simple. He's a normal person, live normal life. Normal life is what Krishna says. Live life simple and simple living and high thinking. Cultivate Krishna consciousness, God consciousness. Remember, you know. Short answer, short question.
Thank you, Sir Guru Maharaj.